They done let me in the door. They done gave your boy a chance, now the youngin' finna blow. It's a shame finna put the game in the figure four. Youngin' fresh from
Welcome back to my channel. Before we get into it, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, man. Fuck it. If you ain't gotta like the video, you gotta comment, but I do appreciate it if you hit the sub button if you're new. Now, in this video, we're talking about Attack on Titan, but in particular, we're talking about chapter 134 and explaining the truth about the father of Historia's baby. I done made countless of videos explaining why Eren is the father. I done made at least 1 or 2 videos explaining why the farmer is the father and everything. But in those videos, I was kind of all over the place and everything. But now that, you know what I'm saying, now that Historia had got revealed in chapter 134 and she's having a baby and shit, and it shows the farmer on the side of the bed all worried and everything, it brought up a lot of speculations that the farmer is the father. Now, to me, in my opinion, I believe that Eren is the father. It has to be him. And if it wasn't him, I kind of would be hella disappointed because Historia would be having a baby with a person who made her feel like shit her whole life. And and he possibly just now apologized, you know? Now, it could have been the fact that he might have liked Historia when she was a little-ass kid, but still, though, that don't give you the right to fucking bully me and fucking throw rocks at me and make me feel like I shouldn't be born into this world even more than what my mother fucking did, you know? So, I don't really see Historia having a baby with a guy who did that shit to her. I see her having a baby with a guy who saved her life countless times, who helped free her, who called her a normal girl, you know? Now, before I give my opinion on who the father is, I just want to shut down the Eren and Mikasa shippers, because once chapter 134 came out and they seen the farmer on the side of Historia's bed, they was like, okay, that means that Mikasa and Eren is going to be together at the end of the story. No, they not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm 100% sure that Mikasa is going to die by the end of this story. She has a parallel with that little kid that Eren saves and then tell him, like, hey, it's for Eldia, and that I'm sorry. And then after Eren says that, the little kid says, why are you crying? And then the next panel shows a little kid getting stepped on by a bunch of Colossal Titans. Mikasa says the same thing when Eren wakes up from his future memories, because we all know that adult Eren brung kid Eren from the first season into this certain situation now. He's in the past and he's being controlled by Eren, and most likely he's connected to Eren. So when he goes back to the, you know what I'm saying, the first episode of the first season of Attack on Titan, he's going to wake up from his future memories because he gets them from adult Eren, right? But the reason why he's crying is because obviously Mikasa and Armin get killed. Like, who else would Kid Eren cry for? But before Kid Mikasa asks Kid Eren, why are you crying? Kid Eren asks Mikasa, why is your hair so long? You know, that's because he just got finished looking at a short-haired version of Mikasa fucking die, or he just, you know what I'm saying, got finished talking to short-haired Mikasa inside the past. Another example on why Mikasa is going to die is because in one of the manga chapters, I can't remember, I don't know if it's a side story or whatever, but it's right after Eren kills those bandits who kidnaps Kid Mikasa. And Eren and Mikasa is walking away, and Eren tells Mikasa that one day she's going to get killed. And then Mikasa says, what is going to kill me? And Eren says, this great power. And then it shows what the fuck Eren just fucking did. And he's walking away with this stick in his hand. Like, obviously, Mikasa's going to die from this great power, which is the power of the Titans, man. Maybe somebody will go after Eren and try to attack Eren, and she's going to attack them, most likely taking them out. And then she's going to fall to her death and get stomped on by a bunch of Colossal Titans. Either that, or this great power that Kid Eren is talking about is her acumen instincts, and in particular her instinct to protect Eren, because in her eyes Eren is the king, and the acumens are put on this earth to solely protect and serve the king or whoever their host might be. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no way around it, man. Mikasa is going to die. But back to who is the father of Historia's baby, right? I still believe that it's Eren. You know, I still want to believe that it's Eren. And Isayama showing the farmer in the background all worried and stuff like that, I just feel like that's still him misleading us, you know, because if you look at Historia and Eren's relationship and how it develops, they both helped each other out their depression state, or they both freed each other. They most definitely both freed each other, right? When Ymir had left Historia became this depressed girl who didn't know what to do next. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't talking too much. She wasn't eating. She wasn't the same person who she was back in season 1 or season 2. But the only person who she could really talk to, the person that she knew that could understand her pain or where she was coming from, was Eren himself, right? that says a lot. You know what I'm saying? The fact that she doesn't want to talk to anybody but Eren at that certain point. Now, after that little conversation inside the cabin, Eren goes to tell Historia that she's just nothing but a normal girl. Eren telling Historia that freed her, because it made her realize that she was doing way too much to basically make people want to accept her or like her. And she truly wasn't living for herself. She was living for other people because she cared too much about what people thought of her, right? And Eren saying that, hey, you're a normal girl, it made Historia happy. She said that to Eren, like, hey, you made me happy when you called me a normal girl. That's something that nobody ever called me. Like, either people would say, like, hey, I should have never been born. Like, people like my mother, and people made me feel bad and put me down. People like the farmer and his friends. But Eren saved her, right? Along with Ymir, too, because Ymir helped her, too. Now that Eren had saved and freed Historia did the same thing in return. When Eren was chained up, you know what I'm saying? Symbolism, he's chained up. Historia showed Eren that it was easy to take your freedom back from the people that took your freedom, because we all know that Eren joined the Scouts because they were the only regiment who had a taste of freedom, because they couldn't venture outside the walls, right? But once he joined the Scouts, he wasn't free. He had to be told what to do at all times, you know what I'm saying? He didn't really have too much to say in it, and he thought that following orders and being a good soldier would make him be highly respected around his comrades, you know what I'm saying? Like, Eren cared a lot about what other people thought of him as well. And then when he became a Titan shifter, he became nothing but just a bigger fucking slave, you know what I'm saying? He couldn't transform whenever he wanted to, because he had too many people in his fucking head like, hey, don't transform, trust us. Like, he couldn't really do what the fuck he wanted, even though it was his power. If you look at Premier Zachary don't even call Eren by his name. He call him by our Titan. Like, what the fuck? Like, Eren don't even get looked at as being a human anymore. He just looked at as a tool and a slave that they can just basically control and tell him do what the fuck they want to, and he would do it because he thought that it was him being a good soldier. But Historia helped him out, because when Historia was like, oh yeah, I want to eat Eren and bring my sister back, and I want to do this because I want my father to accept me, right? And she put two and two together. She's like, wait a minute, wait. If it's so good to become this god like person that you say, then why didn't you do it? Or why didn't y'all do anything about the Titans or whatever? And she remembered what Ymir had told her, like, man, you just doing this because you want to be nice and you want people to like you. You're not living for yourself. And so she broke the cycle in front of Eren. She broke the cycle of royals eating royals. Because most likely, if she did eat Eren, she would have just had, you know what I'm saying, created babies, and she would have got eaten by another royal. But she did eat Eren, and she broke that cycle in front of Eren. And then she freed Eren again, right? When she climbed up the fucking stairs, and she was telling Eren that, why should we protect humanity? We should just let humanity get wiped out by the Titans. Why protect them? Why save them? And the reason she said that is because she's getting sick of tired of how people would just make other people do what the fuck they wanted and not care about how they felt. You know what I'm saying? Like when Historia said that in front of Eren, it changed his whole perspective, because we know that Eren was trying to be this good guy, this protagonist, this hero, and he wanted everybody to look up to him, you know what I'm saying? And he cared too much about if whatever he did was the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do. That's why he didn't want to fight Annie. Even though he's seen Annie transform right in his eyes, he didn't want to fight her because he didn't think that it was the right thing to do. Even when, you know what I'm saying, he was getting ready to eat Annie, he saw that Annie was fucking crying, and it brought Eren back to his senses, like, damn, I shouldn't be doing this. This is wrong. He cared too much about what other people thought of what type of hero he should have been. Now, since Historia broke his chains off and freed him, it changed him. He wasn't this normal protagonist hero. He became a anti-hero. He was like, shit, fuck it. They call us devils. Fuck it. I'm gonna show them a devil. And that is what he's doing in chapter 134. He's showing them the devil that the outside world created. That's all he did. Fuck trying to be this perfect hero that everybody wants him to be. It's him just basically taking his life back. This is who Eren was supposed to be from the very get-go. He was just holding back so many times. That's why he didn't want to fight Annie. That's why he didn't want to fight Reiner, because he didn't want to be looked at as this monster. But since Historia freed him and showed him that he shouldn't care about of what people think about what he's doing is right or wrong. It's just that he's fighting for what he believes in now, and he's fighting for freedom. Both Historia and Eren understand each other. Both of them felt the same. They cared too much about what people thought about them, so they revamped themselves, or they created this image. They both felt like they should have never been born into this world. They both been told that they should never been born into this world. They both felt like they shouldn't be born into this world. So what do? Create a baby, the first baby in this new world, and tell the baby that it's free and that they should be born into this world. You know what I'm saying? It's right there, man. Now, just because I said that Eren should be the father of Historia's baby doesn't mean that the farmer cannot be the father, because if you look at it, right, the reason why I would think that Historia will pick the farmer over Eren is because she don't want to, like, in this new world that Eren creates, she don't want to wake up every day looking at this new baby who looks like Eren and be reminded of what Eren did, killing all those innocent people who have nothing to do with Marley or Eldia at all. You know what I'm saying? And she wouldn't truly be satisfied or happy inside this new world that Eren creates, right? So she would have a baby with the farmer and live without, you know what I'm saying, live out with him. Eren would be dead because he gives his power to Falco, because I made a video about Falco already. Falco is a patriot. He's fighting for the freedom of Eldia, just like how Eren and Grisha and his uncle was, you know what I'm saying? That's the same thing as the Jaegerists is doing. If Eren don't give Falco the attack titan, then most likely Falco's just going to end up helping Eren continue the rumbling in some shape or form, because he has a lot of parallels to Kid Eren as well. This motherfucker is either going to help Eren or he's going to take Eren's power and continue the rumbling. Because Zeke might get killed, and killing Zeke might stop the rumbling. So Eren is going to give his power to Falco, and by Falco being created by Zeke's spinal fluid, he most likely can control Titans, just like how Annie can, because Annie was also given the Beast Titan spinal fluid after she became the female Titan to give her the power of, to, you know what I'm saying, to control Titans in some shape or form. So by Falco basically just being transformed by Zeke himself, and then him getting the power of the Founder, he could possibly control the Colossal Titans and tell them to still continue on with the rumbling. You know what I'm saying? But back to the farmer, right? If you look at chapter 134, you see him worried in the background, and you see that he cares a lot about Historia, right? Now, the reason why he cares so much about Historia, in my opinion, is because his purpose is to protect her at that moment. While Eren is destroying the world, he really can't be two places at once. You know what I'm saying? He has to focus on destroying the world, so he don't know what would happen if word got out if Eren and Historia made a baby. Maybe they'll go for her and try to kill her while Eren is destroying the world. So he needed somebody to look over her and to be his placeholder as the father for just the time being, which is the farmer, right? If you look at the Jaegerists, right, the Jaegerists are built to protect Historia. Not just help Eren destroy the world, but they're built to protect Historia, right? The members of the Jaegerists is literally everybody that was on that farm who is making Historia feel like shit. Basically, the farmer friends are the Jaegerists. Even the two little kids that Historia had brung up from the underground world are members of the Jaegerists, and they're protectors of Historia. Now, most likely all the motherfuckers are dead by now, because Mikasa then killed half of the motherfuckers, Mikasa and Reiner and them. But still, though, they was helping Eren protect Historia and helping Eren destroy the world, dude. It's right there. The farmer is just placed there to protect Historia, to make sure nothing bad happens to her. So the reason why he's so worried about it is because he's her protector. It's right there. Isayama puts it all in our face. We just got to put two and two together, man. Isayama foreshadowed Eren and Historia having kids back in season 3 of part 1. Before literally the first episode, when you see Eren and Historia talking on the farm, and they look over, they see two kids playing. That's foreshadowing, man. So in my opinion, I still believe that Eren is the father, man, and Historia will be more comfortable having a baby with a person who saved her and freed her and accepted her for who she really was, and encouraged her to never change and keep being her normal self. Never go back to being Krista. Stay this depressed, not so nice Historia. Like, I don't see her having a baby with a person who made her feel like she shouldn't be born into this world. But I don't know, man. It can go either way, like I said. I'm not saying that it's not Eren. I'm not saying that it's not the farmer. It could be either one. We can't truly know it to the end of the story, and we see who actually is in that last panel. In my opinion, that last panel is not Eren holding that baby at all. I think it's Grisha holding Eren and saying and telling Eren that he's free, because it looks just like how Grisha wore his hair, and the same shirt that Grisha wore when Eren first got born. And that's just Grisha telling Eren that he's free, man. That's who I think it is. Because if that's Eren truly after the rumbling, then why is his hair short in that last panel? Because Eren's hair long as fuck. You know what I'm saying? His hair is way longer than what Grisha hair was. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. We gotta see, man. This is really the end of the video, man. You ain't gotta comment, but I do appreciate it. Hit the sub button if you're new. And now I'm out, bruh.